Nerdy, we're in the second half of our bracket. Ral versus Vstrid. I say we throw it over to the player cards. You look at those for a bit. I'm going to do some playoffs bracket analysis for us here. What sticks out to you on this player card?
I mean, just great stats overall. I don't know. What doesn't stick out to you, I think, is a better question, you know? I mean, pretty much everything on this card is very impressive. There's 712 is crazy. Lots of games played, you know, 900.
I think the fact that they've played 58 games versus each other
is true too. Yeah,
is
for sure
pretty absurd. Considering for most people, it's like I think the most we've ever seen before, maybe like 20, maybe 25.
For sure. Yep.
58, and that's a pretty sizable win-loss. You know, like Ral's basically up like 2.5 to 1. You know,
yeah, I think just like raw
sample
numbers
size
wise, what are the odds if you have like what is that 80% win rate? I mean, no, a little bit lower than that, but still very good win rate. It's I don't know, it's looking solid for Ral.
Yeah, I mean 1122, not one of the best averages we've seen, but very close. And then the 68% win rate, very good, and just another very good win rate against Vstrid themselves. So I mean, I think we throw it to Vstrid's card, mainly just look at the win rate and the average time, and yeah, definitely a bit lower on both of those scenarios. You know, 12-10 instead of 11-22, and then 54% win rate, but it's more the win-loss versus opponent that sticks with me. Like if Ral's winning twice, 3 times, every time Vstrid wins once, you know, it's more going to be watching these seeds today. Is Ral going to make a significant mistake? Is Vstrid going to make a significant insane play that Ral doesn't, like an insane spot, insane decision maker, or just something, you know? Because again, if you're just looking at the stats, you know, you guys know me, I'm a stats guy. You're giving the advantage here to Ral, you know?
Yep.
So we will see.
I agree. I will agree. And I think another thing with I mean, Ral has always been, you know, sort of a favorite, and he's had like mixed you know, results. But I will say I feel like in my head, Ral has like progressively gotten a better turning mental. I'm curious, you know, maybe this is Ral's time to shine, this one, season 4.
Yeah, I mean, Ral's played it all the playoffs so far, lost in the round of 16 twice in a row, and was able to get to the 3rd place match in season 3. So he's been doing better. Season 3 has been the best playoffs for Ral. Can he beat it in season 4? We'll see. Oh my god, another BT ban, Nerdy. And a lack of a Desert Temple ban as well.
I feel like I feel like I understood the Desert Temple ban meta. I understood that completely. And then the Shipwreck ban meta was like a little weird, but I thought about it and it was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But this BT ban thing, this doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. Like the only thing that really makes sense in my head is that like if one person maybe is just more uncomfortable with it, then they'll like it's more of a lock ban. Like maybe you're not as like Desert Temple, you don't think you can do as bad in. I really don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either. I'm just gonna be honest. It doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah, we'll see. I'm ready to get into it. If the runners are ready to get into it, see if this could potentially be the first upset of the bracket or no. Whenever the runners are ready to go. Very, very exciting. Village. I mean, a lot of decision making still in the village, and we don't even know what type of village it is. Plains, desert, plains. Could be acacia. Also, the rare ranked filter like taiga or snowy. I don't know if the snowy seeds are fully out of the filter, because I think it only checks. I guess ranked nowadays like sort of spawns lava pools too. So, never know. Shears for Vstrid, no Iron Axe. What will Ral do? Shovel and Shears. Both runners loving the blocks. Stone Axe. Not a bad play. I would have made the Iron Axe, but maybe that's why I'm not in the playoffs. I don't know. Could be one of the micro decisions there. But, I mean, there's no denying that the shear blocks are huge. I mean, 40 leaves. Very, very crazy. And knowing that the tree is just right here. The most awkward golem kill for Ral.
Oh.
Awkward enough to get hit off once, but shouldn't really matter. A lot of food. Maybe he'll just grab like one more hay bale, perhaps, to make up for that. But more so now finding lava and finding flint at this river here. I have no idea. Yeah, Vstrid looking for flint. Oh, Vstrid sees lava pool, sure, but was looking in caves for gravel. It's like how long do you spend looking for gravel? When do you start wood lighting? Never know. But Ral's got this lava pool here as well. And Ral pre-routed towards the river. Oh, water ghost bucket. Okay. So a little bit of a time loss there. But he's still going to be ahead by a pretty decent amount because he pre-routed this gravel. Assuming he doesn't mess up the portal. Definitely not amazing for the mental to ghost bucket. But
Yeah,
not a huge deal either. Yeah.
And
Is ahead by a little bit, yeah. Not bad. On the Bastion. As you usually are in ranked. Yeah, literally on top of it, yeah. Nice housing. Should be an easy boat ride down to this manhunt. Vstrid should be in the same spot as Ral. So just has to find this little outside terrain, but very easy to find that. Ral getting guarded a little bit by these piglins, but able to snack some gold legs from that mid chest. Good heads up play. And I mean, unless something goes terribly wrong with Ral's Bastion route, looks like it's going to be pretty similar pace entering and leaving the Bastion. Not really many decisions you have to make in a manhunt housing route. And both runners will probably get around the same amount of piglins here. So we'll see.
Both runners on very similar pace with Ral just having that little bit of a lead.
Yeah, carried over from the overworld, just a little bit better routing on the flint.
I will say though, I feel like today, I mean, with the exception of, I feel like a decent amount of seeds today. It's not the person who's a little bit behind but plays a little safer has won a lot of seeds today. So not to say that Ral is going to lose, obviously, but what I'm trying to get at here is that these I feel like I don't know. It seems like even if you are a little behind, you still have a very good shot of winning, as long as you're not taking deaths.
Still a lot of Minecraft left to play, nerdy, as they say. It's not over till the
Dragon's dead. Yeah,
Dragon's dead.
Not really. It's really like you enter the end fountain because I think we've seen some dead dragons for the player.
There's been one time in the rank bracket, or maybe not. It's just in tournaments in general. I just remember Oxy recently. 19 obby from Ral. He's got the diamond pick though, so doesn't need to trade this. Is he gonna realize? I think he got a 20th obby anyway, so I don't know. I don't think it mattered.
I mean, it is nice. Like, it's still 10 seconds of mining, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they're already trading, you might as well just sit there and see if they'll drop you one. But the mining can get overlapped at the spawner, you know?
True.
So it's not really like a big deal, but Ralph found some. Oh!
Oh, okay. All right, he's good. He's fine.
That ravine, honestly, came out of nowhere. Look at this hole that he fell in.
Good clutch, though. It was a good clutch. He's got the food and the pearls to where it's really not that big of a deal.
and he seized the fort. So ahead of Vstrid here. Not sure by how much. Vstrid can find some potentially better terrain, you know, rather than kind of have to loop around a lot here. I'm not sure if that was the most ideal way to get to this fortress. But yeah, looks like both runners doing the same thing, and both runners running into the same food issue where the bread is just not cutting it in terms of how fast they want to be throwing their pearls. Vstrid entering the fort on 1 heart. Rao was in the fort at 2 earlier. But I mean, yeah, still very close. Vstrid a little behind and not going crazy on the spawner just yet, but definitely getting better strays here. Oh, skeleton, 1 HP, dead.
Wow. And hey, that's what we were talking about. Just that consistency of, you know, Raul, for example, and this seed had an unlucky situation. And he was able to clutch up.
It's our
Feels to
third
me.
skeleton death this run, I think. Apparently, people were saying Vstrid was on hard difficulty from the Bastion and never changed, which could... I don't know, does that make the skeleton shoot faster also?
Yeah.
Or just...
Their arrows go faster, so they hit you easier. Yeah.
No, but like,
That's
do
what it
they
is.
shoot faster? Like,
I don't know.
more
I
times
think that's
per
what Dylan
second.
told me. Something like that. Like because they. I don't know.
I feel like they do because they shoot
faster.
more faster.
Wait, chat.
Yeah.
Faster as in faster
No,
arrows. Or faster as in...
yes, yeah. They're saying both.
Okay.
Faster arrows and
I've
whatever.
heard faster arrows. I've not heard faster.
I think it's
reload
both.
time.
Yeah, I think it's both.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, sometimes
I think
I
the
do.
accuracy thing is just the velocity of the arrow. I thought that's what I thought.
But I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
anyways,
unfortunately, Vstrid fully reset the seed, so Ral is now like 6 minutes ahead, just fully. Vstrid doesn't have to restart the run, but maybe just thought it was the fort was completely kind of over a lava lake there. So I guess it makes sense to restart, you know?
yeah.
But it unfortunately means that Ral is so far ahead that we would need a similar level throw from Ral to get us into this situation where this seed could potentially be close. Looks like he's already building to cords. 1 pearl from the spawner is already here. And Vstrid, unfortunately, still in the fort. I mean, Ral doesn't know that he's so far ahead, you know, is barely like a split ahead, so could just think that she's getting bad rate, or he's getting bad rates. Or, oh wow, Ral right next to the portal room. Maybe built out a block off, maybe a little bit weird snap. But,
Boom.
very fast from Ral. Sub 10 pace. Hype.
Here we go. Raul looking sharp right now, I will say.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen very few mistakes this year from Ral. If it's front 97, that's got to be good for the mental as well. Nice first bed for the KB. Not sure how many explosives he has. There's 1 anchor down. Yep, he's got enough beds. Gonna go for bow. Very well done.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, nice 0 from Ral there as well. Watch the sub 10, the first seed. I mean, yeah, I think it was just clean play all around. I didn't really see any crazy mistakes from Ral there. Got us into quick seed 1. It was well played.
See if Vstrid can, you know, focus up, you know what I mean? I feel like that seed, you know, making that mistake was definitely unfortunate, but I feel like we've seen a lot of players, you know, make a mistake, zone in, and end up winning, right? Or at least not maybe not that seed, but overall in the match. So Great stuff from Raul, I will say. Dangerous looking player, so to speak, but it's not over yet. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I mean, look at these splits too. It's not like Vstrid lost that much time in the Nether. I mean, it does look like they even gained 11 seconds from the Nether enter to the Fortress enter. I do think that was a bit like Ral entering the fort at a better spot, or potentially like, you know, when you're on the bad part of a fortress, but you're like on the roof, it doesn't count like you're in the fort, even though you like are. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think it was maybe a little bit disingenuous here because Ral was at that spawner, maybe 15, 20 seconds ahead of Vstrid still, I would say. But means Vstrid's not losing that much time in the Nether. Like, that's a full 2 splits that you're keeping pace with. So it's just like you got to somehow be able to do that across the whole run, and then also find a way to gain time on Ral, because I think Ral played that end game very, very flawlessly. I mean, instant nav in the stronghold, beautiful 0, nice split to chords as well. But yeah, I mean, I think it could be a quick Ral 2-0, but very possible. All it takes is one mistake, Nerdy. That's all we've seen. I mean, Cube was up 1-0 and then lost 2-1. Just one death in both seeds. That's all it takes sometimes.
Absolutely. And here we have a shipwreck up next.
Dude, they're leaving the Desert Temple till the last seed. Now I'm rooting for Vstrid to win just because of that.
You wanna see the next Desert Temple?
Yeah, 100%.
That's based.
There's no way that we're gonna not see a Desert Temple. I think Vstrid has to win. I think it's just art. It has to be. We have to see all 8 Temple seeds played today.
True.
But anyways, I think we're ready to get into it. No, you're good. If the runners are ready, I just hope it's not like an annoying shipwreck. I just like when they can't make shears and they can't make an iron axe, it's just like frustrating to watch the overworld. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're really changing the decision making. It's just like annoying, and that's why so many runners. That's why so many runners. What's it called? Like just insta seed change shipwreck seeds in like on the ranked ladder, just because they're like annoying. Like there's still skill expression for sure on playing annoying seeds like that, because there's still decision making, but it's just like slower is usually more annoying. And I would agree with that sentiment. Sediment, whatever. But looks like we're ready. Very exciting, Nerdy. Can Vstrid clutch a seed? There's the shipwreck. Ralph front loading 2 logs. Potentially swimming over the ravine. I think Vstrid sees the magma. Yep, magma on the screen right there for Vstrid as well. Going to be a pretty fast shipwreck seed, all things considered. And that's enough ores to get what you need. The 2 log front load is nice too. Because it really, like, you're going to have to punch 2 logs anyways in the ship. So might as well do them on land when you can get, 2 extra logs just in general. And also, I mean, this ship, not obviously necessarily, but if it's like a sideways shipwreck and you need to like make a crafting table and a pressure plate and a couple sticks, you can do that. Obviously this one you can just stand in the door, but yeah. No good enchantments on the leather that Rao was reading there, but some good food situation for the runners, and both of them know where this magma ravine is, so literally don't even have to get on their boat to get over here. And Rao going to be a little bit ahead entering the nether. Nice 2x1 there. Very clean. No quick Bastion spike. I feel like we've seen so many seeds today where they've just spawned on the Bastion.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah, for sure.
within 10 blocks of the bastion. But here, a little bit of a journey. Looks like it's a peaceful journey, but it's a journey nonetheless. Overlap, mining some blocks. Obviously, the fort is right there. So, not as annoying of a journey as it could have been, but still obviously slower than these seeds where we're spawning on the bastion. We're just finding that correct terrain there over the basalt. Looks like Vstrid going the same direction.
Going lower,
Is
though.
this a bridge or stables? It kind of looks like a stables.
Stables.
Very annoying, though, is the right side triple. Vstrid somehow, yeah. I mean, the lower terrain may be working out for them here, as they're potentially able to start this gap earlier than Rao. I mean, Rao's got the chests up there, but what did it really do for him if you're going to kind of leave that way anyways? Vstrid's going to be starting the gold trading first here. Oh, Hoglin mad at Rao. Yeah, very, very interesting. Vstrid, no Pigfall. Rao was hating on Pigfall in my chat earlier. I think there's a lot of Pigfall haters, Nerdy. There's a lot of Pigfall haters.
That is
for potentially good reason. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I haven't tried it enough at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't. If I haven't tried it at all, there's no way you've tried it.
Do you think that it's possible that like what if it's just so good and you try it and you're like, oh my god, this
Well, there's just no way it's so good because like when we were talking about like Donkey Kong route, it was like there's no one that doesn't do that.
Right.
But if there's a lot of people that are very vocally split about Pigfall, it has to suck.
But like
because
to be fair, there's a lot of people that were very vocally against Hyperbot back in the day. You know what I mean? But I guess the idea.
Yeah, but it's like been longer. Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm just playing. I'm playing devil's advocate here, Feinberg.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, the entire theory of it is just a little whack because it's not like you're getting more pigs. You're just trying to, I guess, maybe put them in a different spot to start trading gold a little earlier, I think. So I just feel like even if it becomes great, it'll just never be as impactful as like a route where you actually grab more picks.
Right.
It just isn't going to matter as much ever. Anyways, both owners in the fort. Rao on the good part, Vstrid on the bad part. But Rao's got to dig through a nether brick wall here to figure out where he has to go. Both these runners stuck and building up at the same spot to looks like a double spawner up here. Yes, it is. Same spot, same time, same spawn cycles. Gonna be interesting.
This is an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder even in these double spawner situations, do you blaze bet a spawner and try to play around the other one? Just as it spawns, maybe an extra 1 or 2 blazes every few seconds, every whatever cycle? Or do you not blaze bet either and just hope that they go fast enough and spend that time organizing everything else? Or are you just gangster enough to do them both overlapped fully? But Ral already on 6 rods. Vstrid going to be on 6 rods. Ral on 7. Very close. But Ral's been able to pull back the lead a little bit from starting his trades later.
The nice thing here for Ral is that, he can just kind of leave the eye, not worry about it.
That is true. Doesn't have to mess with any Pearl shenanigans. If it breaks, it's not a big deal.
But look at this. Vstrid has to go down here. I mean, normally these things wouldn't necessarily matter too much, but...
Yeah.
Ral's going
down as well.
I guess to save the Pearl.
Yeah, it could potentially not have enough pearls if this is the only 15. Looks like it might be. Vstrid only has 11 pearls, so they both have 17. That would make sense.
Fair enough.
Ral heading to Corsman now. It looks like Vstrid still has to wait on 1 rod. No, Vstrid leaving as well. Both runners leaving. I'm throwing one pearl, still going to be zeroable, but can't really throw any more.
Oh,
Lots of
oh my,
damage
scared
there.
me.
He's fine, but
Oh.
I don't know if he has if he's not eating his golden carrots or ran out of them. I don't know how many he crafted. Or I just watched a Vstrid craft the golden carrots and thought that they were Rao's. I don't know. But regardless, Rao heading towards with Soul Sand again. I don't know how far away. It looks like maybe 258? 238? I can't read. That pixelated that small. But it doesn't matter. Must have been 238 because he's already here.
We got like a different route here.
228, I should
Vstrid going
say,
through the
then.
Bastion to get here.
Yeah.
And so
And
Ral
I guess you're just trying to minimize the amount of basalt you dig, right? It's just going to be so slow. You
Right.
can't keep a sprint crawl. Ral's got
Ral has so many explosives.
7 anchors, 1 bed. Or all the way around. 7 beds, 1 anchor. Trying to head towards the spike. I like this direction. Is it this light source? No.
Ooh, unlucky.
Vstrid coming up on the chords. So closer
Yeah.
than it might look
instant
here.
nav from Vstrid and all that time save is that Ral had getting here is lost, right?
Well, there's
Meanwhile, though, Ral does find
the
it.
nav from Ral, I should say.
We might just have a clean 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, 3 pearls should be zeroable on basically any end, unless it's caged back and you have to throw 4, but there's no cage, so we're at most throwing 3. It is back, though. You want to see it top setup, he's got to throw a great pearl. And it went over.
Oh,
he pearled
no.
over. Wow, and Vstrid entering the end now. It did seem like a little bit of a hard tower, but Vstrid, if they hit the 0, will just take the seed.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it is 94 back. So you just build at 99, a little offset. Vstrid gets there. Don't know if they have enough explosives. They should. Oh, and Ral gets the perch, but it's just going to be too late. Dragon's dead for Vstrid. Is it?
That is tilting.
Wait.
I think we're...
Wait. Ral won.
Ral,
unless I can't see that. It's really close. It's really fucking close, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow. Like, I mean, Fulham's going to clip that and figure it out for us, but that's got to be like... I mean, the +1 literally there, I think, matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fact that Ral has to 4 +1 instead of 4 bed. Now, granted, 4 betting every height, very hard, impossible. Like, is it his fault that he 4 +1s? I don't know. But I mean, Fulham will look at the frames for us. We'll give him time to cook that up. But that was insanely close because Vstrid's dragon has to just circle down and actually die. You know, and when it dies off the perch, that's the 10-second right there. I don't know how close that was. That was insane.
Wow.
Yeah, but we'll see. Fulham will cook it up for us in a second. And we will just wait. Do a little bit of cat waiting until he's ready.
Fireworks just always trying to farm emotes, guys.
What else do you want? It's just the right thing to do. Yeah, Vstrid won, so we're getting to seed 3. Guys, we're going to have an analysis of it in a second. Don't you fret. Don't you worry. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean...
Whenever Fulham gives us the go.
God, it's crazy. I feel like Ral played that very, very well and it just missed a single pearl. Like, it was just one slight... Like, you aim that mouse down, like, you know... a couple pixels and you hit that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, also it's like so many things too. Like if it's literally Raul lost by half a second, it's like any mistake in that seed. Obviously, wouldn't know
True.
if he gets that
True.
like
That's yeah.
fast perch again. But yeah, I mean, some mistakes are just unfortunately more impactful than others, and maybe throwing a bad pearl there is a lot worse than throwing a bad pearl in the nether, where you kind of just lose a few blocks or lose a few hearts. But Fulham is cooking. We must give him time for the W analysis segment. But
W analysis, not just a regular analysis, chat. It's a W analysis.
One analysis. That's not good. I'm sorry.
No, you tried. You tried. It didn't work out, Feinberg. But
I always
appreciate the effort.
I always try to do my best. Smile. We've been given the go. Fulham is ready. We're going to throw it over to the analysis, break this all down, see how truly close that was as the runners get ready for the game 3.
Let's do this.
Hey, chat, sorry, I was so out of it that I had the names wrong and the faces wrong. They did say for me to change that, but I was busy downloading clips. I can only apologize. So, Raul and Vstrid do not currently have faces. I can only apologize for that. I was literally changing it. It was on screen. I didn't realize. I thought I did it in time, dude. I was speedrunning. I've been practicing my typing and everything. Oh, man, there was too much going on at the final 5 seconds of that seed for me to catch that. But let's lock back in. Let's remember where we are. We are in match number 5 of the round of 16. 7 Raul versus Vstrid, and we are at 1 seed apiece. Let's go back to that seed number 1 to start things off very quickly, where we saw Raul have a little bit of a slip-up very early on. Grabs this flint, but sadly gets a ghost bucket on the water, I believe, after picking it up on the way. A little bit unfortunate. I believe the ghost bucket was, there and slightly early, and unfortunately has to run all the way back to grab it. Which, is going to be pretty, is a little bit tough, and it does lose him at 15 seconds or so. But Vstrid was even slower due to the flint. Trying to look down in those caves for the flint, which would have been really helpful if it did pay off, but it didn't, and had to run to the river to grab that same flint that Raul ended up grabbing. Notice here that Vstrid in the Bastion did toggle to hard to get an extra piglin or 2. Would have been very helpful, to grab an extra piglin or 2, but it unfortunately was not turned off once that hard mode was enabled, which did cause a little bit of a slip-up later on in the run. I believe we notice it right here. This is where Vstrid does it. Toggles onto hard, but sadly, that hard mode stays there for a little bit too long, and we don't see him change it back. Raul, on the other hand, is ready to leave the Bastion at this point, and almost has a little bit of an incident. Luckily is able to, I say luckily, skillfully is able to deal with this. Pearls here, runs around this side. Can you spot where the ravine is before it happens? Like right here, you can't see it. Right here, you can't see it. He jumps, still can't see it. And right at the last second, you notice this ravine, and you can do basically nothing to stop it. Falls down into the ravine, and is able to pearl onto this block and clutch out. Does jump backwards to take a little bit of extra fall damage, but has enough health to be able to deal with it very comfortably. Loses a few seconds to have to pillar back out of the ravine, but is able to at least survive, which is more than can be said for Vstrid when he enters this fortress right here. Heads into the back part of the fortress on hard mode, not with the best food resources, sadly only with bread and 3.5 health points. Pillars up on top of this fort, I believe gets shot by a skeleton once, tries to deal with it, but gets shot once more, and sadly for a third time does get shot and resets the entire seed here. It's a little bit tough, but Raul is able to finish the seed. I don't know if Vstrid would have caught him, and is able to take this very clean 0 cycle out in seed 1. This was a very comfortable seed for Raul to win. On the other hand, Seed 2 was a little bit crazy. Everything seemed pretty sensible, pretty normal as we were heading towards the end of the run. and then the end enters started to flood in. And we're going to first see Raul entering the end. We're going to see that right here. Has his 12 eyes, 1 spare rod, sets up the 0, eats the carrot, has everything prepped, and with an open end and only 3 pearls, he is able to get to this back tower. It is quite tall, and he shoots for it, shoots for the top of it, but shoots over and lands behind the tower, missing the 0 cycle and having to prep for regular 1 cycle. Now, we can see here that Vstrid is able to complete the 0 cycle and types the GG into chat, which is something that's pretty interesting, as we notice, unfortunately, Raul had also killed the dragon. Now, I don't have the exact frame-by-frame analysis. However, what we can try and do is watch back the Feinberg stream and see if we can get any closer to a solution here. I really hope that this is clipped perfectly, because this is something that I had to like try and download in the last few seconds. This may show the end. I really hope it does. I apologize if it doesn't. We're just about going to see it, I hope. Oh my gosh. I really hope I've clipped it. Ah, please don't end, clip. Please don't end. Dude, it ended right before the portal opened, man. This is so annoying. Having to clip everything at the very final second of a match is so tough. We're going to have to try and do some analysis as to when the dragon dies for Raul, because that's all we can do. So we know that there's a 10-second animation from a 1 cycle, but it's obviously going to be longer from the 0 cycle. And we can see that at this exact point here, at 9:32, because Raul does not have his timer shown on screen in massive. We can see it down here. It is pretty well linked up. But as the commentators pointed out, he did need to 4+1. Having to kill the dragon with 1 extra rotation here allows just an extra second for Vstrid to be able to complete that portal first. I really can only apologize for not being able to give you an exact frame-by-frame analysis. And even if I could, it would be a very, very difficult thing to do, given the fact that 1 player was able to 0 cycle and 1 player had to 1 cycle. All we know is that it was within a few milliseconds. How many that was is going to be up to your discretion. But it was a damn close seed, and had there have been 1 or 2 things different during that, we definitely could have seen a different outcome. But Vstrid stays alive, and we do go into a seed 3. Raul versus Vstrid. Winner takes it all. Who is going to advance into this 3rd and final seed? Who is going to take it home, and who's going to go forward into the quarterfinals? You guys are going to have to find out. Let me pass you guys back to Fine and Nerdy, and I will speak to you all later.
Is Raul going to clutch it up, Nerdy? Are you going to stop the reverse sweep? Is it really even a sweep in a best of 3? I don't know.
You know, this is a hard one. We know, okay, listen. I feel like Raul has been playing really well.
Sure.
Both seeds. That 1 missed pearl, you know, an exception. Our Raul, I feel like that would be a pretty frustrating way to lose the last seed, you know? You kind of mess up, and then you just like barely. You're like, you feel like you won, and then you just didn't. You're so close, you know? So yeah. I feel like that is frustrating. Does that affect the mental? I could see it affecting the mental.
Yeah, it could. For sure.
But it also, you could also just lock in and win. It just play how he was playing. So I feel like, it's so hard. I don't know.
You do have to lock in. Raul is definitely, I'd say, one of the playoffs participants that gets most affected by turning mental, turning nerves. But I think he's been getting a lot better at that recently. In terms of being able to stay focused, you know, not let, you know, small mistakes get to him. But I mean, we'll just have to see how they play for seed 3. And Nerdy, we get the Desert Temple.
The
legacy continues.
Maybe that's why.
I think that's why it was all lined up.
I believe so. Also, Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just for you. It's just for you, Feinberg. They just wanted to be nice to you.
I
So maybe I will go with
very
Raul
much
winning.
appreciate
That's
it.
going to be my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can clutch it up. It's just, can you avoid the mistakes that are too punishing?
Right.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Yeah, it's gonna be I feel like these games have been pretty. I mean, I guess the first round was not super close, but I feel like before the death was like pretty close. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, that second round was obviously exceptionally close.
Yeah, and we are ready to get into the gameplay. Will this Desert Temple overworld be linear or not? Got some close flint at least on this river, but where are we getting the food? Don't know. Only time will tell for us. Do we have enough iron? We do. We have 7. Only 6 gunpowder. That's kind of an L. Unlucky. All good though. Just going to be about where are we going to find that food, and is this lava pool going to be visible? There it is in the plains. Seems like a potentially very linear seed from both of these runners. Just sort of get the food that's on the way to this lava pool, and whatever you get is just whatever you're going to play with. Like, is it just these 4 sheep? Like, maybe. Are we going to extend farther in this savanna? Are there maybe cows over there? We're all blowing up 2 trees. I don't know. So obviously, if you're running away to a food source, then you also have to just run back to where you were. So that's a little awkward, of course. But if it's better food, we've seen a couple seeds today be decided on quality of food. I don't know.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
Raul's just going to commit to these 4 sheep here, though. I think so is Vstrid. I mean, if both runners make the same decision, they're both in the same boat in terms of speed and quality of everything. Yep. So, not sure. Pig there for Vstrid, no pig for Raul. So I think Vstrid's food situation may be a little better, which could make a difference. Raul in first by a few seconds though, and that would have 100% mattered last seed.
Yeah.
Considering it was probably mere ticks in between winning and losing. Oh my, Raul's dead.
Oh no.
Is that entirely his fault? I don't think so. Was it avoidable?
Oh, but it's not good for the mental. It's not good for the mental. I thought there was a soul. Did I see a soul sand? What is it? Like the soul sand? Just a fire. Was there a fire where he fell? There is a fire.
You mean like in the middle of all his shit? Yeah.
Oh, did he lose the pick? I see his TNT.
I don't know. I don't know if he has the pickaxe. He does.
Oh,
We're safe.
Oh, okay. Any food? Did you lose anything?
I don't know.
I don't know. So that is just a raw -1. What? Maybe 1 minute 30 seconds plus maybe some materials as well.
I think probably just a minute. It wasn't more than a minute that he lost here. He's not going to get to this bastion. Maybe 30 seconds. I don't think it was that bad. Was the death avoidable? Maybe. Like surely the gas didn't fully sneak up on him. But it is just
more worrisome thing
kind of unlucky that the gas just 100%. The mental of like just having a silly mistake like that, and he's got food. He's good. He's good.
Okay.
I don't really think he lost anything.
Maybe a bit lucky in that sense.
Yeah, Raul doing a safer treasure route here a little bit. Just sort of delays these bottom pigs from hitting you, but he's still Still gets hit once by like the only pig that could hit him. So that's another one of the new route shenanigans that I don't get the vibes with, the mojo with. But I think
So
his food's still fun.
Okay, so Vstrid has 3 gaps. Did Raul lose gaps?
Raul has the gaps as well.
Gaps as well. What the?
Yes. Raul lost like nothing.
There was 2 flames, right? Am I crazy?
Yes,
I swear.
there were 2. They were close.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's rather fortunate, but you could argue it's unfortunate that he had a death. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he could have lost blocks too potentially. I don't know if these runners know where the fort is either. I just genuinely, it's just so impossible, right? Because like maybe it was on their screen for like a second and a half, and we just don't know. We were looking at the other player; it's barely on their screen. We can't see. But we're all dodging that piglin. Vstrid's out already though. Gonna be at the fort first, but I mean, Raul leaving very soon also. I don't know if he has a pearl hung here or is sort of just waiting. Raul just built with wool. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's not enough string to where I don't think it really matters. Maybe he was just trying to get the blocks out of the way for his inventory management. But it's just more and more time loss that Raul can't afford when he's already behind. There's more pearls. 20 obsidian. Raul's leaving. Needs to make this time up somehow, though. Like 30 seconds, maybe 40 even, behind in the fort. Vstrid already at a spawner. Donut TNT activated. Raul either needs crazy strays, or to like one-shot the spawner, or just Vstrid to make some big mistake. I mean, Vstrid came back in the last seed with Raul missing a pearl for 0. Just goes the other way around. Maybe Vstrid misses 0. Goes a little too high. We've seen that happen with Papler. Goes a little too high. Very possible.
Completely.
Raul finds the spawner. We'll have TNT for Donut as well. But can he make up the time? The spawner cycles and spawn amounts are standardized. Elevated Donut from Raul. Maybe that gets more of the fences on the side.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Never seen that before.
Both on this iceberg. And it looks pretty close. Vstrid's calculator, 3 numbers, 700 something. Seems like. Yep. And the eye did break, so they do need an extra rod. This is very interesting too, with strays and spawner cycles, could get into situations that are like, if one player is 1 blaze ahead of the other person, that could mean nothing, or it could mean an entire spawn cycle. So I know Raul only got 1 blaze stray, I think. I don't know how many Vstrid got, but it's very possible. Vstrid almost burned his obby. We didn't catch that, obviously, guys. That would have been unlucky. But it didn't happen. But that would have been unlucky.
I did see that, but I for some reason like wasn't processing that would have been.
Yeah,
bad.
I did see someone throw stuff into an FNS, and I just like I just didn't think it would be obby, and I don't know.
For some reason, my brain was thinking it was like extra obby. I don't know.
I just thought it was maybe like nether brick or something. Like I don't know. Guys, we're not even coping. We saw it, okay? But look at this. Raul somehow made up crazy time. Vstrid gets hit off the fort. Yeah. But I think Vstrid found way better terrain down here. So, yeah, Raul did not go to this terrain correctly at all. Vstrid got hit off the fort, and it was actually just like a good thing that happened to him. So now Raul's just leaving. Raul's leaving on 11 as well, apparently. Vstrid gets spike left. Vstrid ahead on the split, gets a good spike. Here's the portal room.
Bringing towards it, it looks like.
Punch the silverfish.
Maybe not.
Heard it though, so
Doubting.
just knows where to go. Just kind of has to get there.
Like maybe
Yeah, there
right
it
here.
is. No,
no.
library. I mean, Raul's going to get that spike and maybe potentially hear it. Obviously going to have a similar situation. But it's more so, how do you get there? Is it potentially top right looping all the way down? Raul's going to have the same library situation. Top right looping 100% here. So Vstrid's cleared the stronghold enough to know that this is the correct way.
Wow.
If it's a zero eye, the game is instantly over. Wow. Raul left on 11. I think it's over. If the chat is true.
No.
Unless Vstrid dies, it'll be over.
No.
Could die in the zero. It's very possible.
Here we go. Let's see.
94. Vstrid not committing to it.
They
So
should
the door would be open for Raul, but unfortunately he's already closed it by leaving on 11.
He doesn't even know.
Can't find the portal room. Got the initial good spike, but just needs to go top right here. Yeah, but then curve right. Off of this. And then the sadness. He didn't leave on 11. Chat is stupid.
Wait, what?
And it's not very possible for Raul to clutch.
Chat?
There were like multiple people that were fully wrong. Like it was a group effort. But it opens the door for Raul with a gap a gap through the zero. He's got to commit to it. But it's just not possible with the cage. It's just not possible. Maybe running that on a practice map you can get there very, very occasionally. But it's just not hittable. Cage back 94. Cranking out the half bow. Vstrid did not half bow. It's only a couple crystals, but it's down to full RNG. Why didn't he do 95 setup? I don't know, guys. Unfortunately, we can't ask him. No push for either player right now.
Wow.
Both dragons.
Guys, we didn't get baited by chat. We were baiting you guys in thinking that we got baited by chat.
Everybody baited.
But actually, you guys.
Vstrid, perch approach. That's the snap.
Is that the one? Is that for
Raul perch approach as well? Oh,
it's game.
It's game.
Unless
but it is so close for Raul again. Wow.
Wow.
Dragon's gonna be dead for Raul as he loses. By less than
crazy.
10 seconds again. Both match losses in the fountain. Just brutal. A little bit of a nav mishap, I guess, for Raul is what really mattered in the stronghold. Couldn't commit to that spike. Saw him swimming around a lot, and yeah, look at that 30 seconds of extra nav split there. But yeah, I mean, look, only a 30-second loss to that death. That was it. Raul recovered that really well. But that's it. I mean, he only lost to C by 10 seconds. So you avoid that death, you win the seed. You avoid the stronghold nav mishap, you win the seed. I don't know. It's an unlucky way to go out, especially after losing seed 2 by a 10th of a second, a 5th of a second. Nerdy's muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted.
Sorry. Yes, I know I am muted. But
okay.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. That match was just insane.
Yeah, I mean, barely losing, getting like kissed by a ghast on that death there. Yeah, I mean, just unlucky. in certain situations, but can't downplay the fact that Vstrid just played well, was able to keep the pace. Like, look at the Bastion to Stronghold split. Vstrid's gaining 3 seconds. So after the death, just full gameplay, Vstrid's just faster on that split entirely. Nav'd better by 30 seconds, you know? Obviously, if runners make a mistake, it gives you that opportunity to catch up, but you need to be playing fast to make that time up, you know? If the other runner in the 1v1 makes a mistake, but you make the same mistake, or you don't capitalize on that potential time save, then it doesn't matter. But Vstrid was in the position to capitalize on Ral's mistakes, clutch out the 0 in Seed 2, clutch out with the consistency here in Seed 3, get the perch just a little earlier, which is, you know, it always feels like correct when the person who enters the end first gets the perch first. Obviously, doesn't always work out that way, but it's always good to see that. And we can throw it to the bracket potentially. That's very exciting. We have our first locked-in match for next Saturday. Or would it be this Saturday, I guess, because it's in 6 days. Vstrid versus Automat. And we have our first upset of the bracket.
Yep.
Vstrid taking the W. But a very, very, very close match. Again, I mean, that's C2. For sure the closest match we've had in all of ranked playoffs ever. And maybe just will be forever. If that was literally like 1 or 2 ticks, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be for sure the closest individual seed that we've had. But